Okay, this next fight features a man who does know a little bit about striking.
Oh, yes.
On the right, that's Branko Cikatic. He is the very first K1 Grand Prix champion in Japan. And if you don't know anything about K1, there's his opponent. That's Ralph White from the United States. He's out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's got Dale Apollo Cook, former world middleweight kickboxing champion, in his corner. And Branko Cikatic right there from Croatia.
Yep, he's training in Holland at the famous Shakuriki gym. We see there Tommy
Tom Harnick Jr. in his corner. Son of the legendary trainer, Branko Cikatic there, in his 40s, but got knockout wins over Ernesto Hoost.
Everybody.
A lot of great fighters in stand-up. This fight will be under stand-up rules. This is not a mixed martial art fight.
He is a special individual. He's got knockout power and everything. Branko, Bradomir.
Well, he's going to touch gloves and then do a back kick. That was kind of a cheap shot.
Yep.
I mean, Branko coming out, throwing the left back kick, and Ralph White firing back with kicks to the body. One thing you have to watch out for with Branko Cikatic is that right hand.
I just wanted to say the same thing.
That right hand has got the power of Thor in it. He hits you on the button, the fight's going to be over.
Everything he does, even his jab is a strong weapon. It's hard. And his kicks look real stiff, and his knees, but they're real powerful.
But I'll tell you, Ralph White looks like he's got the right strategy. He's got to move around. He should do what he was doing there and chop with the legs. He can't get into a punching exchange with Branko Cikatic.
No, that wouldn't be a smart thing to do. Stick and move, that's what they say, huh?
There's an inside kick.
He's going for a back kick, it looks like. He's twisting his hip. Let me see. No. Branko, I mean. No.
I wonder how they feel about fighting with the gloves with fingers as opposed to fighting with boxing gloves. Oh, that was a good shot.
Good shot. Yeah, they're like the Enter the Dragon gloves. You see that?
Yeah.
From Bruce Lee.
Like that beginning fight scene where he fights Sammo Hung.
Oh, nice.
Now, that was a good trap there. Sammo Hung is for like a promotion test in the Shaolin Temple, but this ain't no Shaolin Temple. This is Pride Fighting Champ. Branko coming in, raging away.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Branko threw a shin kick when Ralph White was down. I don't believe that's legal. And Ralph White.
Oh, look at his head.
Look at that.
What has he got on his head?
Oh, my God. That looks like a horror movie, like Scanners. Like an alien's going to pop out of his head or something.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's not good.
Something's going to come out.
That's not good. I think if anybody has ever seen any Sigourney Weaver movies, this is the time to run for the popcorn stand because an alien may pop out at any second. Oh, that's not good. That must hurt. I mean, do you think that? Well, it looks like his cognizant powers are okay.
Oh, I've never seen this.
But they're not gonna. I mean, one punch or one elbow on that whatever that bump.
I like your Scanners comment.
Scanners, or in Rocky, where Rocky's cut and swelling, where they said, "Cut him, Rocky, cut him," and he cuts the cut open and it drains it.
Yeah.
But I doubt they're going to do that here.
No, they should stick a needle in it and then suck it out, maybe.
Like a big cyst. That wasn't a nice thing for him to throw the kick when he was down.
Oh, no, a full with the shin. It was not like the foot. It hit him with the shin bone.
Yeah, it's a good thing John McCain didn't see this fight.
Oh, my God. Would have ended everything.
Look at it, it's getting bigger. Maybe a little Clearasil. Look, there's the right hand.
That right hand was
and
full
here
on
it
the
is with
button.
the shin kick. Boom!
Oh.
Ouch!
Ow!
Ow! You don't want a guy from Shakuriki Gym who does thousands of kicks a day on Thai pads and on the bag to shin kick you with a soccer kick like that. But amazingly, it didn't knock the guy out.
Are they going to restart?
Branko's acting like so.
Let's go.
So what? Deal with it.
I was in Holland with Branko and Ernesto Hoost when they fought. And then he also threw a cheap shot. And then the whole audience started to throw cans of beer in the ring against Branko, man. It was a riot.
Well, one time Bronco fought Dennis Alexio in Vegas,
Oh, look at that.
and the referee broke the fighters, and Dennis hit Bronco when his hands were down, and then Bronco couldn't continue. Then Bronco went to Dennis Alexio's dressing room after the fight, and they started arguing.
Oh, yeah.
So Bronco, he will take matters into, well, he'll throw away the rule book occasionally.
Okay. I believe it, man. He's from a tough part of Croatia. He has a security business there. A lot of bodyguards and bouncers working for him. And he's just one tough MF. Let's say that, huh? On the American TV.
A major force.
Yes, major force. Exactly what I mean. Oh, so I can't say that. Okay, thank you.
Well, there seems to be quite a bit of discussion.
Oh.
Good thing headbutts aren't legal.
This did not cause this lump on his head. No way.
No, it was a shin.
It was his shin.
Yeah, let's see the rerun again.
But I'll tell you, if he kicked him on the other side, he would have a nice little, give him a devilish little.
The devil look, yeah. Could have Diablo. Okay, here we go. Boom.
That right hand was a good shot, and Ralph fumbled down, and then
Oh!
that's
This is going to be disqualification.
yeah. There's going to be controversy here. I don't blame him, his corner man, for making a protest here. To be honest, I mean, boss, if you were in the corner of a fighter and this was not allowed, you'd probably make a protest too.
I will be, oh yeah, protest for sure. You know, I don't believe in jumping in the ring and pushing the ref. I think that's all childish when you do it. But I would go and protest. I would say the same thing what he says. He says, watch the tape, watch the rewind.
It wasn't the right hand that did it. The left hook missed. It was the shin kick right here.
Oh, that was the kick.
That was it.
Yep. Yep, I think so too. Disqualification would be a good decision
Well,
here.
you know, Bronco Sikotic had a really classic battle in the United States with Don the Dragon Wilson. And that was back when Bronco was undefeated. He was 30-0 with 29 knockouts. And Don Wilson broke both of his hands in that fight, but still knocked out Bronco Sikotic.
Yeah, but I heard something about low kicks in that fight, that Bronco was kicking him with low kicks, and then Don went down, and then later on they said he cannot kick him anymore.
No, the low kicks were legal. He kicked Don right on the knee, and Don didn't check it, so he was injured for a moment. But low kicks were still used throughout the rest of the fight.
Oh, okay.
It was a low kick
Wow,
fight.
that was a good win.
This is
Yeah.
kickboxing. It's legal in Vale Tudo. It's not legal in kickboxing.
That's Dale Apollo Cook there in the blue and black and white making a protest, and rightfully so. Dale Cook making a point that this was a kickboxing match. We're going to see what kind of a verdict they do here, but look at that.
It keeps growing.
It does. I mean, this guy could really get a job in a B horror movie after this movie. If he wanted to make some extra money before he got back in the gym.
Yes, sir. I like to star in a horror movie. Oh, yeah, you fight with Bronco first, okay? Bronco Sikotic, take a fight. We will use you.
Or he could go down to Roger Corman and say, I've got this script. It's called The Bump That Wouldn't Die. And then in the movie, have a rematch with what Bronco doesn't seem happy with this. Bronco acting like he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, but
What would go on in the mind of Bronco Sikotic? Wouldn't he know that he broke the rules?
Yeah, no, it must be an acting, because if it, this was totally illegal, man. Totally illegal.
Well, I don't know that they're going to touch gloves here. What could this discussion be? I'd love to hear what Bronco is saying right now. And there's respect here. It looks like Bronco's apologizing. Okay, good. They finally show some good sportsmanship. Okay, now this is a battle of two Ultimate Fighting Championship veterans. pictured on your screen, the tattooed one, Kimo Leopoldo. Now, he's really famous, boss, for giving the Royce Gracie one of his hardest fights.
Yeah, the fight after Royce fought Kimo, Royce gave up
Because
he backed out.
He's so banged up. And there he is, Dan Severn. He's a multiple titleist in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He won UFC 5, the tournament, and he won the Ultimate 95, the tournament. And then he became the UFC heavyweight champion, and he's a well-studied wrestler. Kimo comes predominantly from like a street fighting background. He did claim Taekwondo, but I think when that was just to confuse Royce Gracie before he fought. Because
for sure. Or you had a very bad Taekwondo teacher.
Kimo looks like he's raring to go. Kimo coming in, but Severn chopping over with the right jab. Neither one of these men known to be a boxer, so I would expect this fight to go to the ground, but they seem like they want to trade a little bit standing here. Kimo does have his chin up high. You wouldn't want to do that if you want to trade punches.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing to do, and you see many people in mixed martial arts doing the same thing. It's like, if you go to a boxing class, it's the first thing they tell you: put your chin down. You don't want to get hit there, you know. But for some reason they do it. It's like they have more view or something. I don't know what they think.
Well, not only that, Kimo looks to be bone dry in this. Before you come out and really want to box or even just fight mixed martial arts, you really want to be warmed up properly, because otherwise the muscles will be stiff, they won't be relaxed, and you're going to get tired.
Yeah, I always go real hard in the dressing room already. I'm pretty much having my second wind when I walk to the fight. I think it's the best way. Also, you're sweating, makes it more difficult for your opponent to get you in submissions.
Kimo looks tight here, boss. He looks real tight.
Oh, yeah, he's ready to go.
Severn is not really a boxer, per se.
No, but still, he landed a few shots. Not on the button, but he hit the head.
Severn with the right foot forward is a southpaw and shouldered Kimo there, but Severn is blinking and turning his head as Kimo comes charging in at him. The one thing you don't want to do if you're going to be in a stand-up war.
No, they say the knockout punch is the one that you didn't see. And if you look backwards, oh my,
This is not. It's like a schoolyard slapping match.
You have the clash of the kittens.
And there's two big guys doing the slapping. I mean, Dan Severn weighs in excess of 260 pounds, where Kimo's somewhere around the 240, 250 pound range. I believe he's 235 in this fight. But they're in that clinch. Dan Severn coming from a Greco-Roman background, having apparently achieved over 500 different wins in wrestling.
Get position.
Yep, but Kimo's got 3 wins in a row right now, and he wants to keep this, the winning streak, see if he can make it 4. But yeah, you have to go through Dan Severn, who also won his last 4 fights. Actually, he had a draw against Jeremy Horn, and a loss against Mark Coleman. But for the rest, he has a very good record.
That loss to Mark Coleman was on a side choke or a headlock. Severn turned his back flat to the ground. Kimo coming in with a wild punch.
If that hits,
it's
going to be good.
Yeah, but it missed.
But it missed, of course. But I mean, if it hits, look at this. You see, this is like the tough man competition we have in Europe.
Yeah, or the United States, where you get 2 guys, big guys, strong guys, can lift weights, maybe even wrestle a little bit. Just go out there and throw haymakers. That left hook landed.
That was a nice left hook.
But it actually didn't have a lot of power on it.
It's, yeah, he should continue with striking. He's looking down. I don't know if he wants to kick or he's trying to distract him. Kimo is looking to the feet of Dan Severn.
I get the funny feeling that we're not going to see a lot of kicks in this fight. Yeah, Kimo is looking down. He's looking at his legs like he's going to shoot.
Yeah.
But that would be a smart thing to do because you throw a punch.
Yep. It would be a perfect distraction. Sorry, man.
But it also may be a bad thing because if Dan Severn were a good striker, while he's looking down, just hit him in the face.
That's it. Overhand. Right overhand. Clang. For him, it will be the left then because he's a southpaw.
And Kimo's hands are down. Kimo's hands have never been even close to his chin in order to be having a good defense if he were fighting a good boxer. But again, these are two guys who are used to grappling, especially Dan Severn. He's a wrestler. Kimo primarily has won most of his fights on the ground. He's never stopped anybody with a punch or a kick standing.
He's doing actually a good job in defending the takedown, because I really thought that was Dan Severn's going to go, since he's a wrestler, for a takedown. But Kimo stopped him a few times already, so he's doing a good job.
But I think maybe Dan Severn, having achieved so much as a grappler, winning 2 UFC titles and winning a number of collegiate and amateur wrestling titles, maybe trying to show that he can stand up a little bit. That's got to be the reason why, because it would seem that Kimo would be relatively easy for him to take down.
I don't know. It's
because he hasn't tried to take down.
No, he did one. Yeah, it was a sloppy, but he went to the legs, and Kimo defended it. It's right what you said. It's true what you said, but I don't think if it's a smart thing to do. I think you want to have Kimo on the ground and then use your weight difference.
Because he's not trying to lock up here when they go into a punching exchange in close. He's trying to trade with him. He's not trying to body lock. Watch. When they go into you see, I think, there's a kick. Oh, what do you know? I think Severn is trying to prove a point here. I think he's trying to show that he can do stand-up, and what better opponent than Kimo, because Kimo is not really that much of a stand-up fighter either.
Yeah, but we don't want to see a fight, the same fight as when he fought Ken Shamrock, that striking match. We don't want to see that for 3 rounds. At least I don't want to.
We don't want to, maybe, but we might be on the verge of seeing that, boss.
Yeah.
We'll see, though, because Severn could be setting him up. He could be making him think, okay, this is going to be stand-up, and then take him down, get side control, go for a key lock, or do a neck crank. He might try something. One thing for sure, though, Kimo, unlike some of the opponents that Dan Severn has submitted, is quite a bit bigger and stronger than, let's say, Anthony Macias, who Dan Severn almost outweighed by 100 pounds.
Yep.
So the strength from Kimo will give Severn problems until Kimo gets tired, because Kimo did gas against Royce Gracie.
Good kick.
Yeah, but maybe he learned from it, and maybe he worked on his stamina. But it looks like, from what I'm seeing, he did a lot of weight training.
Yeah, but this is just...
And I don't think it's real, it's that important, weight training. Actually, I don't think it's good.
No.
It's good to do it, make a lot of reps, but not main weight training, Concentrate more on fighting. You're fighting, you're not fighting a weight.
Well, right now we've got anything but an exciting fight. It's 2 men, basically, who apparently cannot knock each other out, because they both hit each other on the chin a couple times, but neither has been hurt. Kimo reaching for that one, but Kimo's missed so many punches.
And every time I notice that when Kimo misses,
he shows frustration.
Yeah, he says, ha! I mean, you shouldn't do that.
And you don't want to show your opponent that you are frustrated. You don't want to show your opponent any of your emotions, really.
No, keep your hands up, Kimo.
Yeah, Kimo's hands are anywhere but up.
Yeah.
Kimo's hands are down below his pecs. Now they're up, but with all those muscles from lifting weights, by keeping your hands up, you're going to get tired. That's the problem.
And if he needs to bring his hands up all the way to his jaw, he's got to bring him way up, because his jaw is way up in the air too.
Not only that, because his biceps are so big, you have to go against the muscle. And you have to use muscle just to keep your hands up.
Yeah, like you said, Stephen, it's I see a little fatigue already. I wonder what to expect. We got 3 rounds of 10 minutes.
Well, Severn going for a takedown off that lazy left kick, but missing. And sweat's going to be a factor. Unless he cups behind the knee and gets that leg solidly, he can't do it on an ankle pick. No way.
Yeah. Oh.
So we know what that hit.
Yep. Actually, I never realized, but Dan Severn he looks kind of like Eddie Mercury.
Yeah, well, I believe that Tank Abbott had mentioned that a number of times in commentary at the UFC.
Okay.
More of in a derogatory way, but he's quite a bit bigger than Freddie Mercury.
Oh, no, he's quite bigger, yeah. You know, the thing is, we never see the tapes in Holland from the UFC. I saw the first 2, and that's about it. So I have to catch up. But that's a good thing. I like to watch tapes, from old fights. It's nice.
this is frustrating for me to watch this because these guys are not stand-up fighters, and they're trying to initiate a stand-up fight.
Yeah, it's a carbon copy fight of Ken against Dan. Feeling each other out and don't...
But at least they went to the ground and they did some grappling.
Yeah, but we might see it here, maybe. We don't know it.
You're doing just fine. Stay with that.
I really can't picture either one of these guys knocking the other man out. I cannot picture this. Not with a punch nor a kick. This is got to go to the ground so that Severn can use his wrestling and the few submissions he's got, or a ground and pound, or so that Kimo can use a rear naked choke like he did against Bam Bam Bigelow, or use like some of the other things, maybe ground and pound. There may be too much respect in this fight, boss.
Yeah, I'm getting frustrated of it because there are so many times that they can throw in a good solid punch, but they don't. Like Kimo is standing in the striking position. If Dan comes close, he can give him the right straight hand. What is difficult about throwing a right straight hand?
I think what it is when it's a new game that they're afraid that if they make a mistake, they'll get countered. But the other guy's not going to counter them because neither one of these guys are counterpunchers.
Yep.
Both these guys have probably hit mitts and bags. I don't know how much sparring they've done, but you really can't learn. It's like you can't learn grappling in 2, 3, 6 months. You can't learn stand-up fighting in 2 to 3, 6 months. You can get to where you can defend against it.
That's a kick. His own foot. He can hurt his own foot with that.
Yeah, because he was pulling back and he caught his instep.
Yeah, but it's exactly right what you say, Stephen. You can't learn it in 6 months. But what you can do is, like, if you're a wrestler like Dan Severn, for instance, he's a good wrestler. He knows he needs to work on his hands. Go to a boxing gym. Train 2 times a day boxing, 4 days a week, and the rest wrestling, and that's it. You will improve a lot in a short amount of time.
Again, we don't see Dan Severn dominate the way he has in the past, and he's throwing punches that are not real well schooled, almost like a slap.
Yeah.
And it's not even it's not a pancrase open palm strike either. It's more of a slap. It's like a downward slap. I know that Maurice Smith made some reasonably condescending remarks about Mark Coleman's punching ability before he fought him.
Yeah.
And Coleman can punch a little bit. Now, Severn landing a right hand there, and Coleman could punch a little bit before he made, but Maurice Smith, being a world kickboxing champion, wanted to try and get into his head and maybe force him into a stand-up fight. I doubt either one of these guys made slighting remarks to each other about their punching ability.
No, they can't. If they would, it would be not right.
But neither one of these guys is a trash talker.
No, you're right. But this fight, I want to see go to the ground, and hopefully something happens on the ground. That would be better.
Because absolutely nothing is happening standing up. It's a thing where we want to see fire. The audience can't be pleased with this. This is like a dance contest.
A simple combination like a right straight to the body for Kimo, right straight to the body, and a left hook to the head. Simple combination like that would do the trick already. And vice versa, you know. You go, if Dan would give a left straight to the body and then a right overhook, you know, it will probably trick him out already. It's like, because every time they go low, nice shot, nice takedown. Does he get it?
That shot was a real... Oh, it looks like he... But good sprawling there.
Nice. I told you, man.
You should throw the knee right here. Kimo should throw the knee. But...
That's energy. That's energy. Throwing away energy.
Severn really cannot punch.
No, he cannot. And the takedown didn't work either. That's what I said before. Kimo got a pretty good takedown defense here. His reflex, he's got good reflexes, you know.
Well, Severn, being well over the age of 40 years old, that takedown didn't have a setup from a punch or a kick or a fake. The shot was real obvious, and Kimo saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah,
Dan Severn is a wrestler, but he needs to be in a clinch, a Greco-Roman clinch or a body lock, something, because on the outside, he can't bridge the gap because being that he is 40 or so, he's not going to have the speed, and that shot is going to come in too slow.
Yeah, and also let's not forget about endurance. You know, it's the older you get, your endurance is going to go away. You can't train that hard anymore because you're not a young guy. You have to recover. You know, I already noticed that sometimes I have to sleep during the day an hour just to hold up. You know, it's
Well,
age.
Severn, even though he is over 40, for his age, has got unbelievable endurance.
Oh, yeah.
For his age, he really does.
no, and a lot of respect too. You know, I mean, he did very well in the UFC. I mean,
I think that fighting a guy like Kimo, who has only had, let's say, five mixed martial art fights, he hasn't been able to establish really anything. Kimo has really learned the game, especially the game in order to not get taken out by Dan Severn. But what Kimo hasn't been able to do is hurt Dan Severn or get Severn in a position where he can take Severn out or submit him or knock him out. So this fight basically is two guys shutting each other down, but no one's really seizing the moment.
I know, man. And now I realize also that there are no 3 rounds of 10 minutes. It's a 30-minute fight, or because they just announced 15 minutes. You know, it's the rules are all over the place.
Yeah, now Severn coming in with a punch combination that clearly missed. Kimo didn't really even have to block it. He just needed to tilt his head. Both men continued to box, I guess, or at least throw punches toward each other. I don't know if that's boxing.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating right now.
I don't want to be condescending towards these fighters because I respect both these men getting in there. Both of them have fought Royce Gracie. Both of them have fought Ken Shamrock. Both are true warriors. But the game plan, I've got to be a little critical of by both guys.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm speechless right now. I really didn't want to see a fight like this, and now we see one. So let's hope there's going to be a takedown and some action on the ground, maybe. I mean, we tried 15 minutes this now. See if it's even you hear the Japanese audience, which is very rare, to have them start yelling.
This is just, what can you say? I'd like to see Lucia Riker versus Christy Martin
Oh yeah,
more than I'd like to see this fight.
no, that's probably going to be a total different fight, even when it goes to the ground.
Now, Dan Severn being one of the legends so far in mixed martial arts, he won the UFC 2 times. He won the heavyweight title. He beat Ken Shamrock. Sometimes people say, well, a mixed martial artist can beat a boxer or a kickboxer, but right now I'm not so sure. But again, it would probably be a different strategy if it was a real boxer in there. Dan Severn would do everything but stand up like this.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
be on him like glue.
Yeah, but if he does it like this right now, it's not going to make it. You know, if the boxer has,
He would just
take
walk
down
right
the
in
fight.
and knock him out.
That's it.
Because one thing we haven't seen, and this is so important with punching and kicking, well, the kicks Kimo has landed, but how much power those have, we don't know. Evidently, they don't have that much power because Severn has still got both his feet firmly planted under him. The point is this. The accuracy has not been there for either fighter, and the crack at the end of the punch has not been there.
Nope. And the kicks are with the foot. And one kick landed on Dan Severn's knee, but I think that would hurt more on their feet than it did on his leg. The other one also with the foot. You know, if you low kick somebody, you want to use the shin bone. You know, it's more harder, more sharp, crisp, clear. bang.
Severn is doing a fundamental mistake with his punches. He's bending his wrist back when he punches.
Ooh, that was a good knee to the solar plexus. Yeah, I know what you say.
He's bending his. Oh wow! Kimo's cut.
Yeah, and he took a good right knee to the body. So he should follow up on that. You know, he hits him. Follow up.
Kimo's dropping his jaw now. Looks like Kimo, on the external, it looks like he's in better shape, but maybe cardiovascularly, he may not be in as good a shape as Dan Severn.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Dan has been there way more times than Kimo has. And
Dan's got 20 fights in mixed martial arts, and no telling how many fights in wrestling. He's been in that ring hundreds of times.
Yeah, and he's also a naturally strong guy. You see, and I think that it gives you a better stamina.
Yeah, because he's a bigger guy, so he doesn't have to lift weights to get the size. He's just that big.
Yep. Whoa.
Both men keeping their chin up high, but trading punches. Kimo going for a right to the body. That actually was a good right, but it looked a little short. Severn landing a couple good right hands there, but
He lands hands there, but not good hands. There's no solid impact.
can't believe Severn just checked that kick, boss. Good left hook by Kimo. Didn't have a lot of zip on it. Didn't even phase Dan Severn, but nonetheless.
That was good.
Good short right hand by Dan the Beast Severn.
1 minute to go, and then we are hit 20 minutes. The audience starts. They want to see more fight.
Who could forget Dan Severn's classic matchup in the finals of the Ultimate Fighting Championship number 4, where he was on top of Royce Gracie. It looked like he was dominating the fight for over 15 minutes, only to be caught in a triangle choke. Dan Severn didn't know what hit him, got choked out, had to tap out. It was funny, when that show happened, the UFC was only under a 3-hour time broadcast, but the fights had no time limit.
Yeah, I know.
And the broadcast cut off before the end of the fight in my home because they had to go into to show the replay. And we all hit the ceiling and started calling the cable company, screaming and yelling. And I didn't know who won. It looked like Dan Severn was going to win the fight. And I had to find out the next day.
Oh, my God.
Because back then, the fights had no time limits in the UFC.
So, and you paid full amount? They didn't give you money back?
I got a refund. You better believe it, baby. You better believe I got a refund. But here we are. We do have time limits in this fight. But nonetheless, it doesn't appear like either man. I don't know. I would have to say Severn has done the cleaner work, but Kimo has landed shots, like especially kicks. So this fight is very even to me. Too even.
Yeah, it's too even. They should. That was a good left, but he should follow it up. Left hook, right straight. We're in one combination. Right straight, left hook, right straight. You see, he hits him again with the right, but he doesn't continue. It's only one punch.
Quit dropping your head. Get back on that leg.
I don't know that the audience were looking forward to seeing Kimo and Dan Severn in a boxing match. I really don't.
No.
I don't think so.
But you know, if it's only boxing, it probably wouldn't make more exciting because I guess now they are afraid for a takedown. If I throw too much punches, maybe he can take me down. That would maybe the only thing. This would be a good fight to do the tough man. Put him on gloves, no takedowns, and just hitting. Then I think it would be much better now.
Dan Severn traps the leg. Dan Severn looking like he's trying to got the side mount. Kimo really doing some good leg work here. Kimo almost getting guard, but Dan passing that guard time and time again.
It was not a takedown. He actually fell.
Well, actually, he caught the leg. Kimo threw a roundhouse kick at the leg, and Dan grabbed the leg momentarily, and he fell backwards. But now they're restarting him standing. I would have actually liked to have seen him restart it with Kimo on his back with Severn standing up. That would have been interesting, a new dynamic to this marathon of inactivity.
You got away with words, Mr. Fight Professor.
I don't know if that was a classic punch combination we just saw.
Yeah, I saw in a high school once or two. No, never mind.
It's interesting because a lot of people will pull out martial art magazines and they'll open it up to a technique section and they'll start criticizing the techniques. But it would be easy for those people maybe to watch this and criticize the techniques as well.
I think it will be better. Yeah. They see live what you shouldn't do.
What you shouldn't do. The Bas Rutten system.
Oh.
Bas Rutten, the man of many impersonations, sparing us at this juncture some of the greater impersonations he can do so that we can focus on this ever-active, moving around fight. Who knows what will happen? Will Dan Severn beat Kimo with that vicious right hook, or will Kimo survive the onslaught and institute that devastating K1 low kick?
Which is taking its toll right now. Good looking while you're punching.
Both these men at this moment are intimidating, but I think this matchup, they shut each other down. If they were to fight any other fighter in the heavyweight division, it would be a totally different match. But somehow the chemistry between these two guys, it like neutralizes it.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If they would have a rematch in this fight, I think they wouldn't. Not a lot of people would watch it.
If those flames around Kimo's arms, the tattoos, be fire, Dan Severn ain't gasoline. Dan Severn is water, and he's shutting everything down.
Yes, that was a good one. Now, I don't know what they say now. People are getting rowdy.
Well, people are sitting there in their seats watching two guys throw jabs and missed left hooks and right hands, occasionally a takedown attempt. But it doesn't look like this fight's going to go to the ground anytime soon. At least when Kimo goes to the ground, even when he panics, it's exciting.
You're absolutely right. My God, how many times did I say this to you? You got some good remarks, Mr. Fight Professor. Doing real good. But he's got a good takedown defense, we saw. And his explosion was good. Here we go.
And there's the shot, and Severn
Wow.
driving hard for that single. Kimo really got a good sprawl, keeping the hips down low. Kimo should throw the knee right here to the dome. Kimo should throw that knee. He's got double underhooks there. Severn punching his way out.
Oh, my God, keep going now. He should do something now.
Severn, don't let him pull the knee pads. Punch him.
Jesus Christ. Look, keep going. He shouldn't stop.
They go back into this lull, this jogging pace that they've had. This isn't a sprint, folks. This is a jog. As much as I hate to be critical, this is not an exciting match.
No, but trust me, when they come home and they watch the tape, they will think exactly the same. So it's not us. They will, and if they do think, then there's something wrong.
Well, there's strategy, but then you have to think in terms of, you got 45,000 people in the audience. Now, these guys in the back of their minds have to think, do people want to spend $20, $30, $40, $100, $200 to see me do this? Probably not.
No, I can tell you with 100% nod.
Because as much as the purists want to believe it's all about technique and strategy, this is entertainment. And if it's not entertaining, you will be out of a job soon.
I hear the people booing, and I'm telling you, I've been fighting here now for like 4 years, and I've never heard that before. It's like
in Japan, right?
In Japan, yeah. So it's crazy, They don't do that, the Japanese audience, but now they do. But it seems like they're picking up right now.
I don't know. Some people say, what was the greatest fight in mixed martial arts history? This may be in the Raspberry Awards for maybe not the greatest fight, maybe one of the slowest fights. What do you think, boss?
Now it comes up together with
Severn versus Shamrock.
Shamrock, yeah, that was there. It was the same thing. Not an exciting fight.
No, this is tedium personified. I hate to say it.
Yep.
I know both guys. Both guys are great guys, classy guys even. Gentlemen, Dan Severn, a really good person. He's a wrestling coach in Michigan. Kimo, obviously a born-again Christian, got the Jesus tattoo. That's a commitment to Christianity, isn't it? It's not like you can take that one back. I mean, you could maybe laser surgeries, maybe 5 or 6 times get that removed, but that's a commitment.
That's a big commitment, especially coming in with that cross. You remember in the UFC?
That cross must have got him tired.
No.
Maybe that's why he got tired against Royce Gracie.
That's probably the reason.
Severn looked like he's going in for the killer. I don't know, but I don't know that there's any kill to go for.
Yeah.
Severn slapping away. Trying to outslap Kimo here. And Severn pawing away at Kimo. Kimo
No. There's got some action. He should go.
is going to go to the ground. He's got the body lock. He's dragging him down. Severn trying to claw his way in.
Keep slapping around.
The referee, Kimo bought some time by grabbing the ropes. Looks like Severn's got a little bit of a shiner. Severn's trying to make this into a fight. There we go. He finally trips him, gets him down. Kimo trying to buck that knee up, trying to go for guard. Severn kneeing away. Severn got side mount. Severn getting busy. Severn in control here now. We wish we would have seen this 20 minutes ago, but we'll take it now. Becky Levi in Severn's corner, screaming instructions. That's a big woman right there.
There you go. 10 seconds.
Now it's getting 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. Kimo
Hammer.
doesn't know what to do.
Keep him in.
Kimo really needs to get guard here, but with 10 seconds left, he should just lock Severn up and just hold.
They should have started out like this, man. I'm telling you. That's why I said, I wish he went to the ground. At least we're going to see some action. But in the beginning of the fight, it would have been the same thing. Now,
Okay, there's the end to
sadly to
this.
say, I'm happy it's over.
Now Severn, the best part of the fight is his after post-fight look.
Hear the audience.
They're relieved.
They're booing. This is not right. It's they're relieved.
Sorry, but they're relieved. Thank God it's over.
Oh my God.
What? If only I could hear and translate those comments coming from the audience.
Oh my
Probably
God.
wouldn't be repeatable here, folks. But the fight has been declared a quote draw unquote.
Yeah. It was a good call.
Yeah, that was a real good call. In this,
The corner is happy. They're happy and smiling. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they're happy that he went the distance with Dan Severn, but to go into a fight with your mission just to make it the distance, why even take the fight?
Yeah, there's no excitement. That's what the people want to see because
We
this way,
got a
they're never gonna
replay
come
here
back.
of what?
Of
We're going to have a replay of them slapping away and Severn missing every one of those punches and going for the body lock, and he trips and finally gets a takedown into the side mount. We're into the main event on the right with the shaved head, looking a lot like Bas Rutten, only from Brazil. It's Rickson Gracie, and there's Nobuhiko Takada, probably the most famous professional wrestler in Japan, Boss.
Yes, he is. He came into the dojo in the Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club, and
Takada did.
Takada did. I can't say. I don't think he's going to win this fight. I mean, against an expert like Rickson Gracie.
There's the national anthem for Brazil, the Brazilian flag there, Rickson, being from Rio de Janeiro. Rickson, known as maybe one of the greatest, if not the top, jiu-jitsu fighters to ever come out of Brazil, got a legendary reputation on the streets of Brazil, has had a number of behind-doors matches with rivalries with the Luta Libre system. He fought Hugo Duarte twice, who's a really well-known Luta Libre guy down there. Fought him to a draw on a beach until the cops came, beat him on a closed-door match. Rickson has won a number of fights in Japan, most recently winning 2 8-man tournaments, the Japan Vale Tudo 94, and that was on July 29th, 1994, and then winning another 8-man tournament, Japan Vale Tudo 1995, and that was on April 20th, 1995. So I broke into the tournament circuit. The competition in those 2 tournaments wasn't the level of some of the people who have fought in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, but nonetheless, Rickson, being 185 pounds, was able to institute his formidable jiu-jitsu skills.
Yes, exactly right. I just want to see him fight like a top guy also, you know. I mean,
Well, Takada has really baited Hickson and tried to get Hickson into a match. She's singing the Japanese national anthem. There's the flag, the rising sun. Nobuhiko Takada is, let's say, as popular as Hulk Hogan would be in the United States on the pro wrestling circuit. He's a famous, famous pro wrestler in Japan. In his pro wrestling career, he's shown that he can punch and kick and do leg locks, but that's all pro wrestling.
It's all pro wrestling.
But
It
now
doesn't
we're
mean
seeing him
anything.
fight a real fight against a person some people feel is the greatest fighter in mixed martial arts, Rickson Gracie. There's a hardcore contingency of Rickson supporters that feel that Rickson is the best. A number of people in Japan feel that Takada is the best. Now, Takada, one of his best friends, or formerly best friends, Yoji Anjo, Takada had challenged Rickson in the Japanese press year after year and said, Rickson, come fight me. Rickson said no, he wouldn't fight him because he's a pro wrestler and it wouldn't look good.
Yep.
But now he accepts this fight. Evidently, they came across with enough money to bring Rickson over. Previously, Takada's friend, Yoji Anjo, went to Los Angeles to Rickson's studio with a film crew and news reporters, challenged Rickson at his own studio. Rickson put a merciless beating on Anjo.
Oh, yeah.
Behind closed doors. And one of his home video people videotaped it. I know people that have seen the site. People know that Rickson Gracie, like him or hate him, has got killer instincts.
Oh, for sure. Hey, listen, I'm not going to say anything. He's phenomenal in submissions. His stand-up striking, actually, he has none. But the striking he does in the ground looks real solid. He's got power. And what you said, he's got the hunger.
And why wouldn't Rickson take this fight against, you're talking money here, you're talking fame, and anybody that's seen this guy's pro wrestling fights, it's pretty impressive. But the question remains, can Nobuhiko Takada make his mixed martial arts debut against, of all people, Rickson Gracie, who Royce Gracie, who won 3 UFC titles, says is 10 times better than him? Chances are good he's not going to win.
I really don't see it, but hey, we have to wait and see. You never know. He's got to catch him with a right straight or something like that before the takedown.
I like Rickson Gracie. I think Rickson Gracie is a class act. I think Rickson Gracie's got phenomenal economy in what he does, but we're going to see here jiu-jitsu versus pro wrestling in its purest form. Rickson almost looking like a robot. He's got that stomp kick.
Like Yul Brynner in that movie, in that...
The King and I?
No, when he...
oh, you're talking about Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld. He looks like him kind of bit, huh?
Yeah, he does. Good thing he doesn't have the six-shooter. Takada circling to his right, wondering if Takada punches, Rickson's going to shoot in. If Takada kicks, Rickson's going to grab the leg. Rickson moving forward, wanting the clinch, wanting Takada to throw a strike so he can clinch up, take it to the ground. Takada should throw a high kick. Just if he's going to go to the ground, just throw a high kick.
I would say the same thing.
Throw a high kick.
I'm just thinking of it, man.
Just if he starts circling to the
He's not
left.
running away. He starts running away.
But Rickson's not running after him. Rickson playing the mind game. There really is no mind game because Takada needs to show Rickson he's better than he is. I'll tell you one thing, Rickson's focused in this fight. That is the look of focus, boss.
Oh, no, he's always focused. That's what I said. Once it's on the ground, his striking on the ground is solid.
There's a low kick. It didn't really land on the thigh. It was down below by the calf. It didn't even affect Rickson.
But the 45,000 people thought it did.
Well, those 40
in my ears.
You better believe those 45,000 people want Takada to win. They want Rickson, the legend, the man who is known above all others as to epitomize what jiu-jitsu is. They want their pro wrestling champion to beat him. Rickson's got other ideas, though. Rickson coming in with a jab and that stomp kick. Rickson getting almost a body lock. Takada keeping him at bay with the underhook. Takada hang on to the rope. Hickson's got the leg. They better not break him. Hickson can't be happy with that. He had the leg. A takedown was imminent. Hickson cannot be happy with that.
No, that wasn't fair.
I don't think it matters to Hickson. I think Hickson knows it's going to go to the ground. Hickson's undefeated. The claim is, I haven't seen any videotape or statistics or newspaper articles to substantiate this, but the claim is that Hickson's has got 400 victories and no losses.
Yeah, it's a beautiful even number also.
But here we go. We're on the ground. Takada is not giving up the takedown. Takada with the knee, back position, beautiful tight double takedown body slam. Hickson did it. Hickson's got the mount, boss. It's a matter of time.
Very nice. Nice takedown.
Worst case scenario has just unfolded for Takada. He got taken down by a beautiful double leg takedown by Rickson Gracie, turned into a body slam, textbook, cross facing there with the right hand in front of Takada. Takada in a bad position. As soon as those arms got unlocked behind Rickson grind away. Hickson's going to go for the armbar.
It must. This is like, please. This is finally I see somebody using the crossface. You know, I always see these people in position and they keep holding. I say crossface the guy. He's good body shots. You see, that's what I'm saying. The body shots he gives and the shots in the head are solid. For some reason on the ground he's got good striking skills.
I'll tell you one thing. Out of all the fights we've seen tonight, Rickson Gracie has got the most economy, the best technique, and the best strategy.
That's it.
I think he, so far, pound for pound, of this fight card, is the superior fighter, and he's really instituting that here against Nobuhiko Takada. He played his game. Takada doesn't seem to have a clue here. His footwork, he should have his feet planted on the ground. He should be sliding his elbows against Hickson's knee, get Rickson sitting over his hips and try and buck him or try to go out the back door. He doesn't seem to have the facility, boss.
No, not any skill, because everybody knows if you sit in a position like this and you stay in it, it's real stupidity. You have to try to escape the mount. Oh, here we go. He's going to go for armbar.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Takada's got the hands locked. Takada taps out. That was a quick one, folks. That was a quick one. Rickson Gracie continues his undefeated streak with an armbar victory over the most famous pro wrestler in Japan, Nobuhiko Takada.
Beautiful armbar, but man, I saw it coming 20 seconds before this. Takada should work a little bit more on submissions, I guess.
I'll tell you though, Rickson did what he had to do. I don't think in his mind he wanted to fight Takada being a pro wrestler because of the implications, but nonetheless, he fought him, took him down, mounted him, grounded and pounded. Takada bridged, posted the arms. There's Yoji Anjo, the man who Rickson beat down in the studio, trying to comfort Takada.
No, he did what he had to do.
Rickson
he came in, exactly like you said, some good striking, good setup, boom, boom, go for the armbar, nice armbar.
The technique was perfect.
Yep.
The strategy was perfect. I think he knew that that Takada really was going to fold because, after all, experience counts for so much, boss.